Welcome back to Dropout CFB. Last week, eventful week of college football. We're preparing ourselves for this week. We're going to review the top 25 teams, starting with number 1 Ohio State. Obviously had a bye this week. Looking to play Penn State this weekend at home. Should be a comfortable victory for a struggling Penn State team.
For sure. No change at number 2 either. We got Indiana. They ruled UCLA. I was kind of wrong about that one. I thought UCLA would keep it close. Mendoza looks great. Threw for 3 touchdowns. To add to his total of 24 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions this year. He looks really good.
Texas A&M overwhelms the Tigers in Baton Rouge. Absolutely dominating that second half. Marcel Reed with another huge performance, 202 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, added another 108 yards on the ground with another 2 touchdowns. Obviously had some mishaps, throwing 2 interceptions in that game.
All right, we got Bama at 4. Gritty SEC win, 29-22 at South Carolina. Always tough to win on the road, so got to give it to them there. They don't have too hard of a schedule. I see them winning out, making the playoffs pretty easily. Looking forward to watching that.
Yeah. Georgia obviously had a bye this week. Looking to play Florida, a struggling Florida team. Should be able to comfortably get a victory this week.
Interim head coaches don't typically get big upset wins. That'll be interesting. We got Oregon struggling on offense, only 21 points at home versus Wisconsin. Not ideal, but they'll be fine. They're, only 1 loss on the year. They have a light schedule coming up, so they should pretty much be a lock for the CFP at this point.
Yeah. Ole Miss gets a win in Oklahoma. Chamblees, another stellar game for him.
Mm-hmm.
Their schedule upcoming is pretty light. I don't see how they do not make this college football playoff.
Yeah. Brent Key, he has Georgia Tech rolling. We kind of talked about that at the beginning of the year, how we thought they'd be good, and I think they're even exceeding our expectations, being 7-0 or 8-0, whatever they are. Haynes King, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. They just need to win out until they get to Georgia, and then, that's a non-conference game. So regardless of that, they're pretty much a lock for the CFP as long as they win out.
Yeah. My pick to win the ACC championship.
Yeah, I can see it.
Vanderbilt squeaks out another victory against Mizzou. This was a huge win for their program, as it was their first win as a top 10 team since 1947.
Yeah,
that really just shows how the program and culture is changing around that.
For sure. Miami bounced back 42-7 versus Stanford. Tough loss, obviously, to Louisville. That kind of hurt their ACC championship odds, but they're in good shape. They have an easy schedule. If they win out, they're still going to make it as an at-large team, so no issues there.
Yeah. BYU comes back from a 17-7 first quarter deficit. Bear Bachmeier continues to shine. 307 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and 1 on the ground. For me, watching this game, Bear really had his best throwing performance of his career to date.
Yeah. At number 12, we have Notre Dame. Bye week, but, not much to talk about there. Jeremiah Love continues to look good. They should be a lock for the CFP if they can win out. It'll be close. But at 10-2, Notre Dame, I think they'll be fine.
Texas Tech bounces back, dominating Oklahoma State 42-0. No surprises there, as Oklahoma State's a struggling football team.
Yeah, they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And still my pick is James Franklin for that job. We'll see what happens. Number 14, Tennessee. They beat Kentucky 56-34. Not a great defensive performance there, but in the SEC, a win's a win, and, they did that. So that's always good. Joey Aguilar continues to shine. 20 for 26, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's always going to get it done.
Yep. Virginia escapes Chapel Hill and Bill Belichick in overtime. For me, I don't think this Virginia team's a great football team, but they find ways to win games.
Yeah, they're not bad at all, that's for sure. Number 16, Louisville struggled against 1-7 Boston College a little bit. But, Isaac Brown ran for 200 yards and a touchdown, so that's always a plus. No ranked teams left on that schedule, so they should be in good shape as long as they can continue to, not screw up too badly.
Cincinnati handles Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Sorsby, 3 total touchdowns. All around good game for this team, and they're rolling, being the number 1 spot in the Big 12.
Yeah. Oklahoma, tough home loss to Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's a great coach. I love Lane Kiffin. Talking trash that guy on the sideline. That's why he's one of the best coaches in the league. He's just so entertaining. Anyway, Oklahoma. John Mathieu hasn't been the same since that surgery. I think everyone kind of knows that. We'll see what they can do. They have a tough schedule. They still have to play Bama, Tennessee, Mizzou, and LSU. So,
Wow.
yeah, pretty brutal 4-game stretch. If they can somehow win all of those, obviously they're in good shape, but I don't really see that happening.
Not at all. Missouri drops another game to Vandy. The offense can't seem to get it rolling, and really took a big hit with their starting quarterback, Bo Perbila, obviously getting injured. Prayers to him and his family, of course. But,
Yeah, I never want to see broken legs.
Yeah. And I think Missouri has a tough schedule coming up. So we'll see how the rest of their season pans out.
Yeah. Texas, number 20, continues to disappoint, even though they won in overtime. Not exactly an impressive win at Mississippi State. Arch Manning's now in concussion protocol, so that'll be interesting to watch. They somehow do have to beat Vanderbilt and Georgia if they want any chance. I mean, they're at number 20. They're not really in contention for the SEC. If they can win those 2 games, maybe they can get in that large bid, but I don't really see it happening. We'll see, though.
Yeah. Michigan beats Michigan State. Bryce Underwood, kind of an underwhelming game, only completing 8 passes.
Yeah.
But Justice Hayes was the star of this show. The 152 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's see how they progress through the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Hopefully Bryce Underwood will meet expectations. So far, in my opinion, he has not.
Yeah. I think that's a common thing when you get a 5-star freshman. Look at Dylan Raiola as a freshman.
Yeah.
Some good moments, some bad moments. So I think Michigan is going to be an exciting team next year. And I think that's, when you have a freshman, you're not going to expect to win the national championship.
And it's all about experience at the end of the day. I mean,
yeah, it's probably good that he's starting young.
These dudes went from high school football where the dudes are less bigger, and obviously this is Big Ten football. This is real physical football.
Yeah, to
probably
go
the
from high school to that.
most physical conference in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a different pace of game at that level.
At number 22, Houston kind of dominated Arizona State. However, Jordan Tyson out. Levitt only played like half the game. So they haven't really beat anyone too impressive yet outside of that. And they have an easy schedule coming up. So if they can get into that Big 12 championship, that'll be an interesting test for them.
Yeah. USC, let's see how they bounce back after this loss to Notre Dame. They'll be playing Nebraska, which is not an easy game by any means with,
Yeah, Lincoln Riley struggled there, I'd say, overall. Been a big disappointment, but, not a terrible season.
Yeah.
Utah pretty much rolled Colorado 53-7. I think it was 40-3 at half or 40-0 at half. So, huge game upcoming against number 17 Cincinnati at home. I think they get it done regardless of who starts at quarterback. There's questions whether it's going to be that freshman, Bird Ficklin, or it's going to be Devin Dampier. Both of them looked good so far, so that'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and then Memphis, wow, huge upset against USF, outscoring them 17-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Quarterback Brendan Lewis throwing for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think this team has a chance to make the college football playoff.
For sure.
They'll obviously be in their conference championship game, probably playing USF again.
Yeah, that'll be a great rematch.
And then that will obviously decide probably who's going to make the at-large bid for the group of 5.
The auto bid for the group of 5, yeah. All right, you got your picks of the week?
Yeah. Last week we were 4-2. Any gambler really knows that's a solid week.
Yeah.
66% win rate there. But this week we have Iowa State -7 at ASU. I think this ASU team is really struggling. I think this Iowa State team is looking to bounce back and really make a statement victory there. I have Georgia Tech -5.5 at NC State. I think this Georgia Tech team is rolling, and Haynes King is gonna, control this game with his legs and his dual threat ability. Then I have Tennessee -3 versus Oklahoma. I think this Oklahoma team's struggling, and their offense can't really seem to get it going. With Mateer, obviously his hand.
Yeah, he's been off ever
Something's
since
not
he got
right,
back.
and
Sure.
I think Aguilar is a great quarterback. Obviously, he's been playing high-level football.
Yeah.
So I think Tennessee wins by more than 3 points there.
Yeah, I do too. All right, we got parlay of the week, something new this week. So I got SMU plus 12.5 over Miami. My thing with Miami is the last few years when they've been good, they get away with a lot of close wins, and I think this is going to be one of those. I don't think they're going to lose to SMU, but I don't think SMU is going to let them blow them out either. We'll see, though. Iowa State -7 over ASU, same as him. Sam Levitt's out. Jordan Tyson might be out again. Obviously, they've struggled already anyway, so I think Iowa State's got no problem at home there. Georgia, -275 money line over Florida. Florida fired their coach. It's at Florida, so that makes it a little interesting, but I don't think Georgia's going to lose that game at all. And then let's talk about Brian Kelly getting fired, something I've been waiting a long time for as a Notre Dame fan. Love to see it. Hate the guy. But that's not even because of the Notre Dame stuff. Everyone knows he's just the most unlikable guy. But outside of that, terrible coach. I mean, 5-3 for the fourth straight year at LSU. That's not going to cut it at literally probably the easiest place to win in the country. Best fan support, best NIL. In my opinion, though, there's not many. If you really think about it, there's no great options just straight up available. You can look at Lane Kiffin, Marcus Freeman. Another wild card I would throw in there. Two of them actually are going to be Coach O, which, unlikely, but it'd be interesting. And then John Gruden. Anything else to add?
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, Gruden did say he wants
to coach in the SEC. I could see it happening for sure this year. There's, 4 openings already?
Yeah.
Florida.
Arkansas.
3 openings so
LSU.
far. There's probably going to be a 4th. Who knows? So, that'll be interesting for sure. But, yeah, I'm glad to see Brian Kelly go. Maybe he'll get a job in the Big 12 or something. We'll see.
Yeah. I also find an interesting spot here with Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, California covers 4.
Yeah.
What do you think there?
Where is the game? Let's take a look. Virginia, Cal. Trying to find more games we can gamble on, of course.
Yeah. At Cal.
At Cal.
Yeah, so they're playing away.
And Virginia's ranked, 15? I like Cal.
15, yeah.
I like Cal.
I do like Cal. I think
Cal's going to storm the field. Look it right now.
Virginia, they win close games.
Yeah.
And obviously they had a scare.
See, but when ranked
UNC.
teams continue to win close games, they never win out doing that. Look at Miami last year. They win close games every week. Eventually it caught up to them. I think you're right. I think it's going to catch up to them in California this week.
Yeah.
And then I think Cal's going to storm the field. That's my prediction. We'll see that.
Okay.
Anything else to add this week?
No.
A lot of mediocre matchups next week. One of the big ones, I think, was Vanderbilt, Texas. That'll be an interesting watch. Vanderbilt's kind of on a hot streak, and Texas is kind of on the opposite, but Texas kind of outclasses them in a lot of ways, too, and it's at Texas. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Texas win there, but we'll see.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Spread's tight there.
Yeah.
I think it's Texas minus
2 or
1.5,
yeah.
I think.
Might be.
So I want to say I kind of lean Vanderbilt a little bit.
And if they win that game, they're pretty much a shoo-in.
Different from you. I think Diego Pavia and his boys are gonna go into Texas and get the job done. I just think Vanderbilt wants to win. They have the will to win.
Yeah.
And I think Pavia's just confident in his boys.
Yeah.
That they're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
On the road.
By the way, Clark Lee, great coach. He's someone that I would definitely look out for at potentially taking a job like Penn State, Florida. To have Vanderbilt in the top 10. And last year they beat number 1 Alabama. So to do all that at a school like Vanderbilt is beyond impressive. So, that'll be an interesting development this offseason. But for now, Vanderbilt is in a great spot with him and Diego Pavia. So that'll be fun to watch.
They've obviously built up that culture
Yeah.
into a winning
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
I mean, this program was in the dumps a few years ago.
Forever,
And, and now they're
You know, top
they're
10
top
team,
10
a legit
team,
top 10 team with impressive
making
wins.
noise.
Yeah.
And they could potentially be playing in the college football playoff.
For sure, yeah. That would be wild. You might have Indiana, Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt. So it's pretty wild. This has been kind of a crazy year for college football, to say the least.
Yeah.
All the coach firings, all these big, or I guess I should say all these small teams, like, kind of rising up.
Yeah.
There'll be a group of 5 team in the playoff as well, Memphis. So that'll be wild.
There's obviously the big names this year. You know,
Yeah,
like
Bama,
the Ohio
Georgia,
States,
Ohio
the
State.
A&Ms,
Yeah.
Georgias. But there's a ton of smaller programs that
Yeah.
don't really get the national spotlight.
Yeah.
Like a Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
like a Cincinnati, like
Georgia
a
Tech.
BYU.
Mhm.
Those type of teams
Yeah.
are really
BYU looks great.
really
too,
coming
though.
up. And Texas Tech with their NIL,
Yeah.
their NIL money is you could see them turning into a powerhouse program and maybe even ruling the Big 12 for years to come.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much sums up this week's episode. Definitely looking forward to watching a lot of ball on Saturday. I think there's a couple good ranked games on Friday as well. So, other than that, we'll catch you guys on Sunday. Anything else to add?
No.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.